Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry. As we get into tonight's video newsletter, there are two markets that I really find kind of some fascinating proportions in, and markets that I think are important regardless of what you're trading. And the first of those is here with Bitcoin. So again, we looked at this last Thursday, and I was telling you how we faced a very important decision, because as this market has started to bottom after a very serious decline, the 618 retracement tends to be an important spot to make a decision. Now, the next session, you can see again, this was on Friday, we did gap up and traded a little bit above that retracement at about 96,000, but then Monday saw a down move off of it. And of course, looking at it in hindsight, you can see how there was about 7 to 8 days of consolidation at that point. So I do find that a very important retracement. Now, as you pulled back from that retracement, remember, because those Fibonacci levels are not going to change. Eventually, they will be removed off of the chart, right, if they're cleared in a meaningful way. And we'll get into more of what that means in just a second. But moving averages will move. And this is the way that I like to look at, static levels that won't change, but then also be fluid with price, which of course is going to be changing. So what we're looking at here is the 5 and 10 EMA, and as you pull back off of the 618, the 10 EMA found a very nice bid. And not only did you find a bid at that moving average, but the moving average has a very nice angle of attack. I think it's all too easy to sometimes think about, all right, buying or selling moves into the moving average, but the direction in which they are headed are just as important. If it's really sideways, the reversion to the mean trade's not going to be as easy. But be that as it may, the level holds, and now we have cleared this 618. We have cleared it to a degree that it can be taken off the chart. So in Thinkorswim, we can control click. That will remove the level off of there. It now sets us up with what I usually refer to for 4 targets. The first of which will be the old swing high, and then you've got 2, 3, and 4 as we move up here into those other Fibonacci proportions. So that's an important breakout. Bitcoin above 100,000, we haven't seen that in a little bit, and I think it is a sign of being risk on. Now I'm going to show you the chart of the SPY dedicated to itself, but this is also a chart that you can look at for a bit and say, all right, if we've cleared the 618 retracement in Bitcoin, is that going to help equity prices? Is there a relationship here? And I believe the best answer to that is sometimes. I want to give you just yes, but as you work to prove this for yourself, this line chart is overlaid on the candles of Bitcoin, and you can just see moments in time where, like right through here, you had a very nice relationship. Those were very much moving together. And this flushing move, right, they move in tandem. But then what we saw here over the course of the past couple of months is that when S&P was selling off through that big fear-based move, notice that Bitcoin did not participate in that, right? Through this movement, the line chart is not overlapped on the candles. The candles are stronger, and that shows us, that again, I think that the relationship is worth studying, and Bitcoin is leading the way, and if it moves up into those extensions, well, then we're eventually going to see the spiders do the same. So if we come back just to a dedicated view of the ETF, you can see this, similar relationship, where this one is a little more stuck at the 618, right? Got above it today. Perfectionists might tell you that a close above this and you could remove it off the chart, but you closed above this on Friday and it was still an inflection point. You turn down from that just a little bit, don't quite get all the way down to the 10 EMA before finding a bid, and those moving averages still have a decent angle of attack. So in summary, I think Bitcoin looks very good. It's working on breaking out, and I think heading to extensions. If these two can sync up and we can find that the crypto market is a heads up on a risk on environment, well then following these rising moving averages should take us into similar targets in the SPY. So that's what I see in the current patterns. I hope it helps you with your trading. You guys have a great rest of your night. We'll see you in the room tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful. And if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com. And I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.